at that. That's where all the comments come
That's
up.
pretty cool. Trying
Hey.
something new. Let's see if anybody joins us. Look at that lipstick. I know. I know. You know what's weird, though, is we can't tell who's joined us being on the computer. We can't tell who is joining us.
One.
Yeah, one person, but we can't tell who it is. So this is a new test for us.
Crazy.
Welcome, everybody. It's been a busy week here at Stitchery XPress. Very, very busy. And it's also been an exciting week in the world. They finally named a tropical storm after me. At least it wasn't a hurricane.
I want a storm.
I know. Don't you want an April? Tropical storm April? Yeah, we had a funny one that said, one of my friends said, you're causing havoc all over the world or whatever. But for those of you that were part of that tropical storm down in the south, hope everybody is okay. Well, this is new. We decided to go on the computer, so we are on the computer instead of the phone so that you can see both of us at once. Trying to play out some things. We can't tell who's all here unless you say hi, which a lot of you have, and hi to everybody. We've got Heather in Canada, Lynn in Canada, lots of Canadians, a lot of people. So we're pretty excited to see everybody here. We're not going to call everybody out. One thing that's happened this week on Facebook is they did updates.
Updates, yes.
So there's a lot of people that may not have gotten invoices if you tagged things for us on the 15th and 16th of the month, because we never got any notifications.
Yeah, struggling. So if we missed you, let us know.
Yeah, if we missed you on anything, let us know.
Bobsy twins.
Jim just said we're the Bobsy twins. Just let us know if you missed anything on invoices. Maria, we have not invoiced you yet. If you've PM'd me in the last day or so, we're catching up with the invoices this afternoon. Also, for those of you, we just got off the phone with Gavork.
We did. Palace fabric, ladies. It's coming to us, what, like Monday?
He's shipping tomorrow.
Yes.
Shipping tomorrow.
What's today? Sunday, yes.
Shipping tomorrow. We should have it Wednesday or Thursday at the latest. And then April and I have to prepare it. We have to cut it. We have to package it. It will go out to you the second we can get that.
That very second.
But he is shipping, so I'm going to say, even though he ships tomorrow, it will not go out till late afternoon. So I doubt it'll get to us till Thursday.
Right.
Could be Wednesday, but I doubt it. You guys will start seeing notices that it'll be shipping to you on Thursday or Friday. So lots of ideas for the Palace fabric if you haven't figured out exactly what you want to stitch on it. We got a lot of ideas. Diane Koski gave us some ideas of what to... Suzette said ship him tomorrow.
He's little. He'd fit in a box.
Yeah, he would fit in a box. He needs to get some weight on him. But we've got a lot of ideas. Yeah, I'll just take a few. You take a few. We'll just do them. For those of you that are wondering what to stitch on the Palace fabric, we've got a lot of Mirabilias, and we got this new company.
Yeah.
What's it called?
This?
I don't even know. Stitching Art, I think, is what they're called. I'll let you show that one.
This is called Lady Violet.
So any of these would be...
So pretty.
You can say her name better than I can.
Oh, Persephone.
Thank you. I can't read. She can't spell. So
We make a great pair. This is Portrait of Veronica. Look how pretty she'd be in, like, the green palette.
yeah, Garden Beauty. You can adjust her and not stitch all the border around her and just stitch her. You know, so make it your own.
So
April goes,
pretty.
it's already got the border. I said, you make it your own.
You make it your own, ladies. Red. I just love this one.
Spring Queen. Now, all of these are in stock. All Mirabilias are $13.99. Any Noras are $11.99.
Queen Mariposa. Look how, like, regal
Wouldn't she be
looks.
awesome without the border?
So pretty.
Florentina.
Florentina. Oh, Angelica. I love this. If she was in black, it's like Breakfast at Tiffany's. Oh, who is this?
I don't know who she is.
You could go. We'll save this one.
At the Met. This is
The
April's
Met.
favorite.
I love it. She looks Egyptian. to
She would
me.
look awesome on the rich purple one.
Oh, yeah.
Or even the gold one.
Beautiful.
So,
This one is
Betty, just to let you know, yes, your 32 count blue snowflake is coming in.
perfect. The Dance of Esmeralda.
It's a little
I don't know
funky
if
to me.
I don't know if she goes in the palace or outside of the palace.
Exactly. She looks like she's one of those girls outside the palace.
Sweet. Well,
Charlotte. I don't know how she would fit, but she might.
So pretty.
These are upside down. I'm sorry.
The peony garden.
She could be sitting in the center.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Ella, the frog princess. She's awesome.
Summer fairy. Lene. That's pretty. That's
Pretty cool. Winter queen. We're just having fun showing you different ones for the palace.
Sabrina.
Should be
I
awesome.
love that.
And also
Miss Christmas Eve.
Miss Christmas Eve. She was the original design of the palace that I came up with for the green palace. She's my original design. But we have a lot of people ordering her for the gold palace.
Oh, I could definitely see that. Gypsy Queen.
I think she's okay in size.
Yeah. Really pretty.
Yeah, she'll be okay, I think. And Spring Queen.
We've got Stone Roses. I just love this one. It's like Grecian or something.
Yeah, April's just having fun with these.
The secret. Oh, the scent of old roses. It's not a secret.
Should be awesome on any of those colors.
So pretty. Oh, look at this one, the peacock. Lady Hera. Look at that. I'd like her in the yellow one.
Okay, Suzette just said, "Hey Cindy, that screen isn't fooling anyone. We know you have a stash piled up behind there." Husband concurs, he just said.
Queen of Peace. So pretty. So pretty. Jim's hilarious. Elizabeth. Beautiful.
So the fabrics are really large, 20...
Lady Alexandra. 20 by...
27 by 36?
Yes.
Yeah, they're really big pieces. They're just gorgeous.
All of these patterns are what? $13.99, $11.99?
Yeah, $13.99.
$13.99.
Except for the art.
The
They're a lot
wonky
more.
ones.
Yeah, the wonky ones, as you call it. They're a lot more. So, yes, Suzette, there is stash behind there. It's actually fabrics mostly that goes into my living room, family room. So, we just gave you guys some ideas to put in the Palace fabric. Everybody that ordered and paid for the Palace fabric, your fabric will be here this week, especially Melanie Rowe. A lot of you in Australia. This is a big hit in Australia. Pretty excited about the whole thing.
Really exciting.
We are excited about that. The other thing I wanted to talk about real fast, looks like Fabric Club.
Fabric Party.
My Fabric Party, as it will be named, will start around July 9th.
Exciting. Exciting.
It is not up and ready to go yet, but it will be at myfabricparty.com. You cannot start yet. You cannot get on it yet. There's a lot of variables on it, but it is all set up. It's so funny. Okay, Wendy Davis is asking a great lead into our class today, our question today. Which memorabilia would you recommend for a first one and have not done any beading? Do you want to just take this time to talk about beading?
Well, yes. Beading is a fantastic question. Where do you start? How do you do it? What kind of needles do you use? Floss? No floss? Lining?
So a lot of people do beading really differently on designs, and please, here's my big philosophy on beading. Do not let beading scare you. To me, beading's easier than cross stitch, actually, to tell you the truth. So a lot of people will bead as they go along on their design, like they'll stitch like the dress and then they'll bead at the same time. Others, like me, I do my beading all at the end. And the reason why I do my beading at the end is because I'm a little anal. I don't like to change floss colors.
Right.
So
right.
I will pick a floss color, either the color of the background fabric of the design, or the color of the dress, or something, and I'll pick either a floss color or a thread color. I prefer to use thread when I'm doing beading because I like the way it goes through the needle a little better. I've been using Pat Carson's 28 needles. They fit perfectly. They just will not work on a petite bead. But you want to make sure you use a beading needle or one of Pat's size 28s. And so Pat has a video. We will have Tina tag you on that. but she's got a video on beading that we will go ahead and do. But what I do is, so I don't have to change colors, I use this cool little thing called a tacky bob.
Tacky bob.
It's a tacky bob, and you put your beads in it, and it's tacky, and it looks like a little CD case in miniature.
Yeah, tiny, like a cassette case.
Yeah, about the size of a cassette case. We carry them, and it's a tacky bob, and you put your needles, your beads in there, and then you pick it up with your needle. So it is, Pat's got, I'm sorry, not a video. I'm going to do a video. Pat's got a diagram that we will push forward today. We'll have Tina bump it after she gets out of her meeting.
Could you use fishing line?
Some people said they could use fishing line, but I don't like the way fishing line works when you're beading. A lot of people use that for jewelry and stuff.
Right.
When you're running it through, it tends to kink and it tends to bend. You want it to lay really nicely.
Right.
So I have seen people use fishing line. I just prefer to use like a quilting thread because I like the stability of it. And then when I'm using it to relay the bead back down, which will show in the diagram, I think it lays a lot better.
Right. So ladies, we will do our best to get a beading video up within this next week or so.
So the neat thing is, Suzette says she likes the tacky bob, but it can ruin the finish on some of the beads, and she is correct about that. You just want to be careful on that, on some of them, if they're like the Magnificas and stuff. But what I do is when I finish my design, I go and I stitch all my beads at the end, and I never have to change colors.
Right.
I just have to look at the graph. I don't have one here in front of me, but I look at the graph and it tells me what color of bead I need in that spot. So I pick up that bead, and I don't have to change the floss color because I've already got that thread.
Right.
Pick up that bead, put it in, and then I move to the next bead, and it might be a different color bead, but you're not changing floss colors, which is so cool. So it's basically like doing the bead, but what you want to do is you want to do an X through the bead. So you come up once, and you go from bottom left to top right or whatever, and then you come back up from bottom right to top left through the bead. So you're going through the bead twice to make an X. And that will hold it in place, because a lot of times when I'm judging needlework shows and stuff, I'll see beads and they're floppy and they're loose. That's because they've gone through it once and they didn't get it tight enough. But if you do the X, you definitely want to do the X
to keep it in place.
Yes.
Great.
So, Lynn Kerr's asking about Nymo thread. Nymo thread works great. Problem is getting Nymo thread, and the cost of Nymo thread to me is very expensive. A lot of people do like it. I think for what you're getting in the cost of Nymo thread, you knew I couldn't go without playing with my hair. The cost of Nymo thread to me is ridiculously expensive for the small amount you get. So I just prefer to use a quilting thread or my floss. And a lot of times I'll use the floss if it's one color of beads. I'll use the color of the bead in a floss color.
Oh, smart. Smart.
So,
let's not be afraid of those beads, ladies. They really do finish out the pattern.
Yeah, and some people do use fire wire. I just don't care for it. And I don't like Nymo at all, to be honest with you.
Crazy.
Do the beads go over an already cross stitch? No, they do not. They go over a blank square.
Oh, that's a good question.
So you've got your stitching, and you're going to put that bead's going to settle right down into that little square that's empty. And sometimes that's what's really nice is when you stitch it all, you leave that space for the bead, and then you can go, okay, I need a bead there and a bead there and a bead there and a bead there. So it's easier. But I know some people do put beads on top of stitches, and it just does not lay right. So
June 1st. What's happening on June 1st?
You mean July 1st?
Oh, July. Ugh.
July 1st.
Back in time.
So we've decided to go with June, the 1st and the 15th of every month, releasing our new fabrics. Can I give a hint?
Yes. Do tell.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Really?
But we don't know what yet. He and I are still designing. We stay up with his 2 hours of sleep and my 3 or 4 hours of sleep. We stay up designing all night. So we are looking at something along the pole line.
That's fantastic.
For Halloween. We're also, thanks to Pam Campbell, I want to give Pam a huge shout out here. The moon fabric, which has been so popular, our Witch's Moon fabric, it probably was our best-selling fabric up until the time the We the People came out.
Yeah.
And But I think we're going to see a big resurgence in the witches fabric, because instead of coming in 17.5 by 19.5, we are now going to do it in 18 by 27 also.
A larger cut.
So, a larger cut. It will be released. It's going to be a little bit different, but it's beautiful. I sent a heads up to a few people in the group just to see if they liked it. They gave me their ideas. Moon will be up a little bit, like it was in the other thing, but it will be an 18 by 27 in all counts.
Great.
So that will be a release on July 1st also. So we're excited. It's so funny. Patricia said her head poked up at the word fabric, and Diane says she's going to be twice a month.
Twice a month.
She's going to be in trouble. The other thing that we're talking about is we're talking about a July 4th fabric, even though July 4th will already have been gone, and also a fabric for you Canadians. Don't make any promises right now. So Beth Daniels will need a larger cut of the moon. We'll get her down for that. Just let us know in PM or here what count, and if you want linen or even weave. Because I know you're a linen, you're a smaller stitcher. You stitch on smaller fabrics. So we'll get you down from that. And also, since we're talking about the 4th of July, we will go ahead and show a few patriotic patterns.
Patriotic patterns. You want to take some?
Yeah. For those of you, this is Colors of Freedom from Stony Creek, and I've never been a big Stony Creek pattern because I thought their patterns were so blocky, but this one kind of appeals to me. This is a fun book full of designs, and it's normally $6.95. It's $6.49, and you get all of those patterns. We don't have very many of them. So,
I've got here some Silver Creek's Sweet Tea.
Sweet Cup of Liberty.
Of Liberty. Isn't that cute? I love the play on words.
Fun. I'll let you do the other two.
And then Seeds of Freedom.
And this one's kind of fun. Piece. This one says, "'Twas 1861, the Civil War had just begun. In 1863, Lincoln declared all slaves free. In 1865, few good men were left alive. I'll pay respects to all. Love and help them. Seeds of freedom grow."
That's
a beautiful
really
piece.
Great.
Beautiful piece.
Love rhyming stuff. And another one, Michael's Prayer.
And this was the priest on 911 that gave the prayer for all of those that had passed away.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So also another popular book for us, Let Freedom Ring. This is a great design. Some of these could be incorporated into our We the People fabric. Lots and lots of designs in this book. So decided to just do these. This one is also a great one for landscape. I thought this was a fun design, a fun book. This one's more expensive. This one's $9.99, normally $10.95. But it's a beautiful book. This would be great on landscape.
Oh yes, beautiful. And we have another one here, Landmarks of America.
Wouldn't these just be kind of fun? I think the Statue of Liberty would be great. But even think about
I like Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, but problem with Mount Rushmore is it would fill up too much of the fabric. But even with the St. Louis Tower would be kind of fun with that as a background.
So fun. We've got Queen of Freedom.
Jennifer Davis is asking which Stony Creek book was that. I'm not sure which one she's asking about. So we have 3 that we showed. We showed Colors of Freedom.
Colors.
God Bless America.
Bless.
Let Freedom Ring. And Landmarks of America. So funny, I'm not a big Stony Creek fan, and here I'm promoting 4 of them.
So many. Queen of Freedom again. We have these in stock?
Yes, these are in stock.
We do.
And we'll talk about those in a minute. Oh, and July. How fun is this? Now, remember, we have all 12 months.
We do. All the months and the season.
Yeah, we have Christmas, sugar cookies, Easter. There's not a Halloween. There's a Come Sit a Spell is what it says, or something like that. But these are awesome.
These are really
awesome.
great.
Think of Works fabric on those. So let's talk about the Queen of Freedom. A lot of you have stitched the Queen of Freedom on the Pledge, starting at Pledge and We the People fabric. we decided to make a larger cut in 14 count to fit Lady of the Flag for those of you that are hoping that it's going to be in reprint. I had spoken to Amy Witchelt in February when I came up with the idea for the fabric and asked her if she would think about reprinting. It was an adamant no. It was no way. So when I saw her in March at Market, I gave her an idea of what the fabric was going to look like, and she said, I will consider. So I left it at that. Then a couple of months ago, I talked to one of her employees, and she said, no, she keeps saying no. And I said, well, would you mind asking her? She says, well, I don't want to ask my boss that question. We kind of laughed at that. I'm like, well, then I will. Then I will. So I contacted Amy, had a lengthy talk with her about it, about our fabric. Her attitude on it was, I will consider, I'll take it into consideration, I will think about it. The problem was, is we had thousands of these that sat on shelves, and then the second that it went out of print, everybody had to have it, where it took up all of our warehouse space, and nobody wanted it at the time. So I'm having a hard time justifying printing 5,000 more, which I totally understand, but she hasn't seen the awesomeness of our fabric.
Right.
So I sent her pictures of it, hoping that will convince her. If anybody is still really interested in the fabric, we did start a list of people that would be buying, of the pattern. Mm-hmm. But if you can possibly get Witchelt's email address and message them, marketing@witchelt.com,
right,
it would be great.
Right. So right now we have you ladies written down, but please note that it may or may not happen. So if you have not received an invoice, that's the reason, because we don't really know what's happening.
Yeah, so we just wanted to keep you up on that. So
another fabric
issue. Ooh, for those of you that ordered 28 linen palace, there will be a delay. As Gavork was dying the 28, what was the word he used today? Very floppy.
It was floppy, so I'm assuming it has to be like tight as it goes through the machine. And
he was just not happy. He was not going to put it out, so he's ordered new product from England. And for any of you that did order 28 palace, we are sorry, but there will be a little bit of a delay in that. Probably, he said, 2 weeks max, but we will send a gift from him along with it. Now, that's not him as the gift.
Right.
But it will be a little gift that he and I will put together to send to anybody that ordered 28 linen. That does not affect even weave. That does not affect any other linens, just the 28. So
fun.
So we will talk about. So sorry about that, but we'll keep you updated on that.
Q-snaps and covers. Ladies.
So I added a new Q-snap album this week. These are horrible packaging, by the way.
I think we opened that one.
Oh, okay. I added a Q-snap album this week. Even though I don't use Q-snaps, we get a lot of requests for them. We will be carrying the full line. We have them in every count, every extension, every cover. We can get extra covers.
Yep.
We can get all of those, and we get them pretty quickly if we don't have them in stock.
Here's a cover. This one is an 8x8, but we carry them in all sorts of kinds of things, and they just go right up and over top of your
grime guard. You've heard them as Q-snap covers, grime guard covers.
Guard, yeah.
Grime guard to keep the grime away. They just fit right on there. I'm not going to put the whole thing together because this is probably the wrong size, but covers it up so that you don't get, the grime gets on there. These are made right here in the United States by actually one of our members in our group. So she gets those to us. So as we get more, Susan wants to know how the Q-snap works.
Oh, yes.
So another learning lesson today. So they come like this. These slide right off. These are the covers. I'm going to have April take the covers off of those. What you do is you just slide these together like this. Susan, do you see this? Okay. So this just slides together. You put your fabric on it. Oh, wow, you could have picked a easier fabric.
Look at that.
So what you do is you put it on, you snap that right on, you make it tight. I'm going to do this on the thing for you. Put it on, just like that.
All the way around.
On all four sides, rolling it tight.
So these take place of those old, you know, like the circle wooden ones that everybody's grandmama had.
Grandmama.
You know.
So there it is, just like that. And then you pull it. Now, some people stitch on top like this. Other people stitch inside. And they roll the fabric. It just depends on what they do. Now some people will roll the fabric that's inside, and they will either cover it up in their grime guards.
Right.
Cover it up in their grime guards so that it doesn't get in the way. But when you're stitching on the top, sometimes you can catch this fabric on the bottom. So a lot of people roll it, put it under their grime guards, which is sometimes I like to get, I don't stitch on these, but you can get a larger grime guard to make it a little bit bigger to roll your extra fabric up inside. So Carla says, I'm a grandma. I like the wooden hoops. Well, I will tell you the #1 selling item on yarntree.com is a wooden hoop.
Oh,
#1 selling item. That just cracked me up.
I used to play with my moms all the time. I'd break them.
Yeah. So Barbara's going to be making more covers this week. We will figure out what we've got and what we need. So, but the Q-snaps are really nice, Susan. What they do is they're easy to adjust. These just slide off when you're...
Do they slide? Or they seem like they... Oh, there we go. We'll figure
just like that.
Ta-da!
If I were to use any type of hoop or anything, I would use the Q-snaps and not something else.
Yeah,
so, in fact, let's talk about this piece of fabric real quick.
Let's talk about this piece of fabric. Tammy Bunge, I hope you're listening, watching. Check this out.
So this week on the new updates on Facebook, it's called Insights.
Insights, and it gives us a look of the functioning of the page. Who's mostly active, how many members we have, what days are most active, and even right down to like peak times of the day. It's a really, really neat feature, and we were able to see who has been the most active.
And guess who it is? It's Tammy Bunge.
Tammy Bunge.
In the last 30 days, Tammy Bunge has been the most active member in our group. And she had the most comments, and she had the most likes on items. She was the most, and so she gets a free piece of fabric that April dyed herself. It's
Beautiful.
14 count, and it's some purples. It'd be fun. I hope she likes purple.
I hope you do.
But we found this and just thought that would be fun. Oh, and Suzette Drouillard, I'm going to say her last name wrong, Drouillard. I hear that if they get loose on you on the Q-snaps, you can put them in the dishwasher and they'll tighten them up.
That's fun.
So that's exciting for her. In fact, speaking of Suzette, yesterday I got together her whole package to go out, and she will be joining everybody on the sheep sow.
Oh, sheep sow.
The stitch along for the sheep sow. We still have all the patterns in stock. We have all the buttons. We have fabrics.
We do.
And so if anybody needs those and you want to start, even though we started May 1st? I believe it was May 1st.
I think so.
Yeah, because it's been 2 months. Even though Minnie started May 1st, and like Kelly just went through the whole thing. And I know that Robin Sorensen here in Utah, she was doing 2 a month to catch up for a gift for Christmas.
Right.
But if you want to join the sale, we do have the patterns.
Right.
We do have fabrics for you. And you can start late. You can start at any time.
Please, if you're not a part of the WIP group, get into that. There's a link someplace. We'll post it. And go there. Join there. Post your things. We love to see what people are working on. And that's where you'll find all the latest information for the next upcoming sales for the rest of the year.
And Bab's asking if she gets something for being the least present. I think Bab gets her own gift. Bab gets her own gift for hanging in there. I know she's not been feeling well. I know she's, as she tells me, I'm old. I don't know how old Babs is, but I'm not going to even ask her.
As young as you feel, Miss Babs.
But you already have a gift in your package that's coming with your Palace fabric. So we love that Babs is in the house and hangs on with us. She's been a loyal customer of ours for years. So,
so with all this fun fabric that we're having, we thought we'd take a second and maybe pair some patterns with some fabric to kind of help you ladies get out of the box a bit.
Exactly. One thing I just want to write down so we don't forget, Lynn made a comment, so I just want to go back to that in a minute.
Oh.
So, so what we've been doing is I want to talk to you a little bit about the Beans and Brew fabric. We're also going to do a beer and barley hops, but we've got the hands-on designs. There's 6 out right now. There will be 9 total. Go your own way. A whole lot of love.
There's quite a few of these.
Quite a few. So what we did is when we designed this fabric, he designed it and he asked if I wanted white space. And I said no, because we don't know how people are going to frame this. So just make the coffee cup really big, and then when they frame it, they can come in as much as they want, and they're not going to lose a lot of the beans and stuff, so it'll look like this. Because some people just wanted to make a pillow, and then they wouldn't need a full 2.5 inches, then have all that white space.
Right.
So we're doing this as a new test to see if we like it. Some people only like 1 inch, some people like a full 2.5 inches. So we decided to do this, and it has worked out great. Lots of great ideas to put in this. Lizzie Kate has some coffee designs, hands-on designs. Like I said, has 6 out right now, 9 total coming. So this will be fun.
Really quick, Lynn Kerr asked about Nana Minders.
Yes, so we have those coming in. I ordered them from a company in England, and it may be about 2.5 to 3 weeks before we get the Nana charms in to make the things, but we will. So
next, we've got these Sue Hillis patterns, Creature Feature, and Dark Shadows. I thought they'd look really great.
April's Choice!
Halloween fabrics. That
April's
Gabor
Choice!
Recently did, and we have these in 28 linen and 16 Aida right now. They are all sparkly.
And 14 count Aida is coming in.
Look how cool
we can order it
look.
in any other colors. We just thought, April just thought that would just be so fun.
I thought that would look really great together.
So these only come as opal because Gavork says they're so ugly that they have to have the opal on them. So we just thought that would be
hilarious.
We just thought that would be fun.
So funny. Here's some other patterns.
Oh, I'm gonna hold this up.
Which way do these go? This way. Bethlehem by Stony Creek. This is the first one, and it's got the 3 wise men and then Mary and Joseph on the donkey. And then the second one has got wise men or some shepherds and then the nativity. And look at this fabric, guys. It's like the galaxy or
stars
like
in the night
sky. And look how pretty.
You could do it as a landscape.
Right, which would go
this way.
And then the pattern would be down at the bottom.
Or this fabric. This is a huge piece of fabric. He did these in 18 by 27s.
Right, this current piece is a 14 count. I just think it's beautiful. I mean, look at this. It's got stars.
Night sky with light. So it's an 18 by 27 piece.
So pretty.
So that means it's $21.99, but you could cut it up into whatever size you wanted to get the, you know, you could do so much with it.
That nativity scene or
would everything fit on that one piece, girls? Margaret, which one are you talking about? Would all 6 of the designs fit on one piece for Creature Feature or Dark Shadows, or are you talking this? So, Sarah, we talked about Stargazer on this fabric. The problem is the Stargazer is
really big.
Stargazer would look great on this fabric.
Oh,
the
it's
colors.
dark.
The colors.
That's right.
The colors.
Maybe if you wanted to change the colors.
If you wanted to change the colors of the Stargazer fabric dress, it would be awesome on this.
Yeah,
because
that was
she is
my
looking,
first thought. Was
yeah, she says, can we do Stargazer on this, please? Look at that. Wouldn't that just be awesome?
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes, Bethlehem would fit on this, and we'll talk about that. I'll do an album with what we talked about today, Margaret. And there's 4 Bethlehems, 2 books, but they're pretty good size. We looked at them; they were like 15 by 7.
Yeah, and so you'd want to do them landscapey instead of.
And Sarah said there is a purple conversion of her.
Up and down.
Sarah,
Oh,
I'm going to have you
perfect.
PM me that if you
That would
don't
be
mind.
fantastic.
If you'll PM me that, I want to talk Denise Chapman into possibly this fabric for her because Denise loves purple.
Right. Next,
So-
we've got Blood Reed. Now we've posted this quite a few times, but it's kind of a tricky kind of fabric. What are you going to put on it? What are your ideas? So we went and picked up Workbasket bookies, and they have some of these fun little poems on there.
They say a book is like your den in your pocket. A book is a dream you hold on your hand. Books are constant, quiet friends.
Right? It could be kind of fun if you're kind of like morbid. And then this was my idea. It's really, really outside of the box, but I think it would be so super fun. Lena Lawson's Bookworm. She's got scrolls. She's got a book. She looks kind of sad. Why not put it on blood? Why
That was
not?
April's choice.
Why not?
Yeah. Okay, so everybody is saying the starry fabric would the Stargazer in purple would be beautiful on this.
Yes.
So Diane, can you
get that
please PM me
conversion.
that you want that because we're not writing them down right now. Just PM me so that I can get that ordered with him before he sends my order this week. Okay, Diane Koski. I think you're going to like this. I think a lot of you are going to like this. For those of you that are new to the group,
Snow Queen.
beautiful, but the fabric is boring. Don't you think it's boring?
Pretty
I think the
please.
fabric's boring.
What about this? This is Snow Queen's Lake in 16 count.
We can get it at any count. Imagine her standing by the edge of the water.
So
Then we have...
pretty. Next we have Snow Queen's Rainbow Lake, and this one's way more colorful than the other one. It's got the aurora in it, and what is this, a moon dog over here in the corner?
I don't know what those
think-
things are, but he did a fabulous job on this.
So
Snow Queen would
pretty.
just be beautiful on this. I am going to stitch her in this lifetime on 28 linen. But those were a couple of ideas that we wanted to put together. Wow, wow, wow.
So the other day, in last Sunday's post, we had a comment on the Berkshire Bees fabric, which looks like this. Beehive. This
I think it'd be cute for
piece is
chicken wire, too.
32 linen. Oh, that's a great idea. And then this is 14 count. So we've got a couple fabric, or a couple patterns here that would look really super cute.
This was originally designed for Berkshire
Yeah, you can
beehives.
see it
You can
really
see it in the back,
tiny
really
up there.
faint. And that's fun.
For this one, Birds and the Bees by Heart and Hand.
Brand new
Wouldn't that just look great over top of those
beehive.
little bees?
Let's just, okay, I think we're back. Sorry, guys. It looks like
Sorry
we
if
lost
we
a lot of you.
left.
That's the problem is we have to be on Bluetooth on this. I mean, we can't be on, we have to be on the network.
Sorry if we lost you, ladies. Here's chickens. Look at this. So super cute. Baby chickens that go with Glendon Place Stitching with My Chicks. I don't know if you can see it very well. That's not too bad right there.
Happiness is stitching with my chicks. Isn't that the
So
cutest thing?
cute.
We just thought that was just the funniest thing when we saw that, so we had to get it in. Sharon says she's not sure how to stitch on 32 count. Sharon, you don't have to stitch on 32 count. We can get any of these fabrics you see in 16, 14, or 18 count Ada. So we're very, very happy to get those fabrics for you. We place an order every Sunday. He works on it the following week and tries to get it out the following Monday. So sometimes it takes a week, week and a half before we can place orders. A lot of this fabric we do have in stock.
Right.
We have thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces in stock. But if we have to order it, it takes about a week or longer.
That's right. Here we've got a couple patterns that are new to us, right?
Yeah.
New to us. Halloween bright. Jack smiled so bright he could be seen by everyone on Halloween. So super cute. And then Spooky Boo at first. Does that say? I'm not going to read that. There we go.
At first, cock crow, the spirits go back to their resting place below.
That's an interesting poem.
Yeah.
And then we've got Snow Friends.
They have. We
Penny
were
Lane.
able to get some more in. This will be our last order of it.
Yep.
We have word that it has been discontinued, and we were able to only get the last 6 or 8 of them. Maybe 8. Cute, cute, cute book. If you need it, I'm telling you, this is the last one. It's $6.99. Normally $7.95, but we cannot get any more. We were told by Stony Creek we got the last bunch in their warehouse.
Great. So lastly, we've got mermaids. We posted an album. What was it, last week? We did a really good mermaid album. It posted the picture and the back of it so you could see the stitch count and all of that fun stuff to go with our Under the Sea
You want to
fabric.
open one for us?
Yeah.
I'm going to have April open it because I want to tell you what Gavork has decided to do. He's going to make this fabric larger.
Can you believe it?
A much bigger piece than what it is right now. It's going to be gigantic, in my opinion. It's going to be brighter and lighter. But he's going to make it larger for Renaissance Mermaid and some of the other larger mermaids, which would be, this one's like 9, this turns out to be about 9 by 17. So she would fit right onto the larger cut of fabric. Those will be ordered. Some were ordered for people that saw the order. Those will be coming in, not this order, but the next order that I placed yesterday. I placed an order last night with him. So, we've got a ton of mermaid designs. Did I lay them over here somewhere?
No, we didn't grab.
We didn't grab any. Okay.
But the album is up. We'll bump it so you ladies can see it.
Yeah.
And try to get.
So those were April's choices. So I'm going to go with a few of my own choices, just to throw you guys off for the night, for the day, because we've got a few minutes. So many of you have seen our moon fabric. Moon's coming in 18 by 27.
18.
Pam Campbell, thank you for that. Thank you for that. But I don't know if many of you have seen Witch's Garden.
Witch's Garden. This was specifically designed for Xenia.
And
right?
it was designed for Xenia. Philip Grace has been just awesome about it. We do have it in stock.
We currently have this in 32 even and a 32 linen, but we only have 2 of the linen.
And 16 plain and opal.
Plain and opal. We don't have much of this right now, but
So she was originally designed for Xenia, but we decided, look at some of these others
I got some other
that might fit in there.
Pixies,
Orchid.
berries. This is Orchid. That first one was
Anemone. Caprice. April loves this.
I thought she was so cute. She's like frolicking in a
Frolicking in the garden.
La la la.
So even though it's called Witch's Garden, there's so many more you could stitch on it.
This one is Rose. So fun. This is Mari, the Witch Collection.
She would be awesome. And
Violet. Beautiful.
Jasmine.
So cute.
So all of these could be just beautiful, stitched
Just
on there.
beautiful.
Also, a few months ago we ran a contest, and not a contest, but a sell. For all of you that are new to our group, every once in a while we put together packages. This was a package we put together. It's normally $22.99. but it comes with 14 count clementine orange fabric.
Right, so it's
And
ready to go.
we are selling it for $13.99. We only have three. The
Three.
piece is 18 by 21. You'll get enough to do a pumpkin or two and a
Yeah.
design. But it's $13.99. We only have three, and then they're gone.
Gone.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, but I get excited about this one. I get really excited about this. So for all of the new people in the group, Whispered by the Wind has done these series of gates and ossuary. How do you say that? Jim, how do you say it?
Ossuary.
Ossuary. Thank you. Got to have a husband to answer that. But we put the moon fabric. Some people have done the moon fabric on this. They've used the moon fabric for this. There's a lot of gates. There's Witch's Gate, Wizard's Gate, the ossuary. Lots of these designs are $8.99, normally $11.
Yeah.
But we had Gavork design some more fabric for us. For that, we have charcoal,
Charcoal would be great.
which he stole from his parents.
And
Because
this.
this is their original design at Dove Stitch over in the UK. But we also, out of print, went into the storage unit and found a few Boo by White Dance Designs that is no longer in business. This came out in 2008. We found about 12 of them. But wouldn't that background be awesome? It
That
would
would
just
be
be so
great.
cool. So we do have these. We thought these were kind of funny. So Pamela's asking, can we add one to my layaway? I'm not sure which one she's asking about, so I'll have to ask her.
Yes. Ladies, please be specific when we go back over the thread on this video. If you don't actually tell us what you need, then we have no idea what you're talking about.
So, the Needle Notion pumpkins.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. So for those of you that don't know what the moon fabric looks like, this is our moon fabric, 17.5 by 19.5, and it will now be available in 18 by 27.
Right? Look how pretty that would be with, you know.
Yeah, and even the
Beautiful.
the scarecrow.
Beautiful.
Just gorgeous. I'll hand you that to package. And then the other thing I wanted to show you, this was just my other Cindy's Choice. This is a fun, happy Halloween, you know, because we all got to get ready to start stitching Halloween because we're coming up on July.
This is Granny Smith.
Granny
in
Smith.
14 count.
Put some flavor into it. We also
Yes.
have cactus, which is a little bit
We
darker.
do have cactus. It
I know
is
Mary
darker.
Blahnik bought some of that, so thought you'd get a kick out of that. So, look at everybody wanting the Boo pattern.
Oh, so fun.
The Boo pattern, unfortunately, is, I believe it's $9.99. It was originally $15 or $20 when it came out. It might have even been $20. But I'm just going to get rid of them. I think I have 12 of them, and they're $9.99 each.
Right?
But I think that we can do. Is there a smaller moon that would work on some of the haunted house charts? We can talk to him about designing a haunted moon. Speaking of contests, speaking of haunted moon, Suzette, if we have a thread going where you can design your own fabric with Fabric Flair, the top 3 winners will get their fabric designed and will get a piece of that fabric. So if you can find a picture, anybody, but I'm talking to Suzette here, but I'm talking to everybody also, but Suzette, if you can find a picture that you like with a moon in it to stitch Halloween designs on haunted houses on, you need to give us the size of the fabric, how big you'd like the moon to be, and also it has to be copyright free so that we can use the design for that.
Right? We have extended that contest one more week, ladies.
So yeah,
So is that next Sunday?
yeah, next Sunday we're going to end that contest. Gavork and I, since we're designing fabrics all week, we didn't have a time to run the design contest, you know, to pick out today. So we thought, let's extend it one more week. He and I are talking. We have a private group where it's just me and him. April's not even part of it. She sneaks in sometimes when on my computer. But anyway, Gavork and I are going through the design contest. Some bright, great ideas. So, I'm really excited for all of you to get in on that contest. Also, I had a lady message me this weekend, and she said, "Hey, I just want you to know that I've been stitching for 42 years, and you've kind of changed the counter cross stitch industry. by these fabrics, and she says it's taken me a little bit to get on board that I'm not stitching on a plain blue or a plain white or a plain off-white. And she said, so I purchased a piece of your Pledge of Allegiance fabric, and she said, it is the most beautiful fabric I've ever stitched on, and I will be buying all my fabric from you in the future. So I think we are changing cross stitch one piece of fabric at a time.
One cross stitch lady at a time.
Exactly. So we're excited with new designs. I think you know, it's exciting in the industry. I love that all of you have come on board by changing out fabrics for the country cottage work seasons. You know, I mean, series, they'll use like a brown or a pink,
right,
or a basic one color, and by changing it up and picking aqua or lagoon or different fabrics, I think it's really exciting. So
it's exciting.
Look at that. Amy and everybody wants the gates. The gates are my favorite.
They are fun. We'll have to bump that album so you ladies can see what.
Yeah, we will definitely bump the album.
We didn't pull all the patterns to show you guys.
And we have different fabrics also for those albums. We have charcoal, we have tarnished, we have Halloween hollow. We have a lot of different designs for those fabrics.
How fun would that be to do one of those in that sunset fabric and take it to a whole nother spectrum and just be like,
ooh, the African Safari.
The African Safari.
Where's that book I found? Where's that book Anyway, I got some books in that are out of print from a store that had closed. And this is one of the books that came in. It's called Wild and Weird, and I think we got 5 of them in. That's all she had left when she closed. But where is he? Over here. Right here.
Somewhere.
Wouldn't he be cute on that sunset fabric? That African sunset fabric? He would be about the cutest thing ever. I wouldn't put him on my bathroom because it'd scare me when I got out of the shower. I'd go, what are you looking at? But this is a fun book. If anybody needs this book is $5.49. It comes with all these animals. And I think we have 5 of them. So they are out of print. Anything by Jeanette Cruz is now out of print. Trying to reconnect. It looks like our thing is connecting, having an issue. But anyway, we'll go through the album before April leaves. She leaves here in an hour. It's her daughter's birthday party today.
It is. Gosh, I made 1,000,001 ice cream sandwiches yesterday. I'm ready for
ice cream sandwich cookies.
Cookies.
With ice cream?
Well, I didn't make the ice cream. I bought the ice cream, but I hand sandwiched them. So they are artisan cookies. All these little kids are going to owe me.
You're saving some for me for...
I don't even know if there's going to be any left. I don't know how many...
Hide a few.
Beastie children are
Don't you think she should hide a few? Maybe I'll just show up.
I should have put some...
Maybe I'll just show up.
Show up. Come to the splash pad.
Yeah. So, it looks like we're keep getting interrupted, so I think we'll close for now.
Right. We'll get those albums up, ladies, and please don't forget the contest. Get your ideas in, and
we're catching up
this week.
Yep. And so, April's days off now, tentatively, unless her husband's schedule changes. Her days off are Mondays
and Saturdays.
So Saturdays is the day I'm going to take some time to spend with the family.
Right.
Mondays I'll be shipping all day. I will catch up with all the shipping that's happening. And I just realized I've got to lose some weight. I got to go on a diet. I'm going to go on a diet. I got to get rid of this.
No ice cream sandwiches first.
Yeah, no ice cream sandwiches. So, anyway, take care, y'all. Love y'all.
Yes.
Thank you guys for being so loyal to us.
Right. Thank you so much for watching us.
Thank you.
Bye.